This is a Coachman Laser 654. I'm going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got the jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate this to you in person here on site. Front locker, you've got the gas regulator up on the bulkhead where your gas pipe work attaches to for the bottles. The fitment that goes into the bottle is reverse thread fitment, and we do have these available on site here to buy. You've got two gas bottle tie downs in the front of the van. It's a maximum of two 6 kilogram propane gas bottles you can carry at any time. On the side of the van, on either side at the front, you've got your wind down legs to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. You'd never lift the caravan with these legs, as it could potentially damage the floor of the van. You've got your battery locker. On the side, we put a battery on to demonstrate the motor move when you arrive here on site. Again, we do have these available to purchase as well. You've got your mains power lead coming into the caravan, so that yellow lead you see going into the side of the van is a mains power lead. And again, if you need a power lead, we can supply those here on site also. Aquaroll with your water pump connection, so you've got your water pump connection that comes into the side of the van. Blue trigger pulls back and you push the pump in, lock it into place, and the same to release it, you'd pull the trigger back and pull to release. You've then got your Truma heating fluid, so you'd need to remove this cover anytime you ignite anything on gas inside the caravan. You've then got your fridge vents, so essentially these fridge vents are there to allow hot air out the back of the fridge unit, and behind one of these is a gas flue also for the fridge gas system. They're all taking cool air and blow out hot air. Motor mover will demonstrate to you here while you're on site, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts to the correct manufacturer setting before you leave site with the van. On the rear of the van on either side, you've got your wind down legs again to stabilise the caravan, and again you would never lift the van with these. On the back of the van, you've got your grey waste pipes. So these two pipes here that you see coming out the back are the grey waste pipes, which allow the dirty water from the shower and sinks, should I say, into or out of the caravan. Got your toilet flush tank, which takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid. You will need to put some in here before you use the caravan. Then got your toilet waste cassette, so the yellow hand at the bottom pulls up to pull the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out to allow you to tip the waste away. And on the back of the cassette, you've got a yellow pressure relief button, so when you are tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. Sorry, that's 1 litre of water you'll need to put in there and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. Coming down the side of the van, you've got your Truma blown air vent to allow the hot air into the awning if you've got an awning up. You've got a 3-pin socket to allow you to run power to your awning, storage locker for underneath the front seat, barbecue gas point, and your other wind down leg for this side of the van. We go inside the van now, I'll show you how everything operates on the inside. The first thing you need to do is come to the control panel above the door just here. You've got your master power here to allow the power into the caravan. You've got your water pump switch, which we'll demonstrate in a moment. Light switch for the internal lights, that will turn all the roof lights on and off. And then you've got your awning light for the side of the caravan, and your voltmeter on the end here for the 12-volt system on board the van. To fill the water system, first of all, you're going to come into the seat on the front, on the right-hand side of the caravan. And just down behind that white block you see there, there's actually a yellow valve. That yellow valve needs to be parallel with the floor so you can fill the water system up. And if you're draining the water system down when you're done with the caravan, it needs to point upright towards the bottom of the seat. So, like I said, yellow valve parallel with the floor to fill the water system. To bleed the water system, you'll come over to every tap on board the caravan, open them all up on the hot side. As you can see, I've already filled the system up on this particular van. But you'll open all the taps up on the hot side, on the sink in the bathroom, in the kitchen, sink in the bathroom, and also the shower in the washroom. So open that tap up completely on the hot side of the water heating. At that point, once you've got all the taps open and the Aquaroll connected on the outside, you can come to the control panel by the door and turn on the water pump switch. It will then start drawing the water from the Aquaroll on the outside of the caravan into the water system on board the van. And when the water system's full, you'll have water running continuously out of every tap on the caravan. At that point, you can shut all of the taps down and you'll be able to start warming the water on board the caravan. So down below the seat, on the right hand side front of the van, you'll see you have two switches. You have this electric switch here, which is the electric water heating, and then you also have this switch here for the gas operation for the water heating. So 240 volt, you'll just run it off the 240 volt switch here and make sure it's turned on. And to operate it on gas, you'll spin this grey outer dial to the gas symbol just here. When it ignites on gas, there'll be a click and you'll have a green light behind here. It will actually fail in a moment because there's no gas on board the van at the moment. But once it's ignited, you control the water temperature between 30 and 70 degrees on the dial here. Essentially, if you're using the caravan to shower inside of, you would also need to use the gas system as a boost for the water heating while you're showering. Like I said, you've got the option to run between 30 and 70 degrees of water temperature should you need to. You can turn the gas supply back off by spinning the dial round to the off position on the side here. If you want to warm the caravan up for heating wise, you can also do that, and that's very simple to do. You've got two ways of doing this also. You've got electric and gas again. Now you have a dial down the side here, a grey dial again around the outside, and you'll notice you've got an off position, a 500 watt position, 1000 watt and 2000 watt. What that relates to is the amount of power that's coming into the caravan from the site you're on. You only know how much power you could use by asking the site office when you arrive on site. So if you've got 500 watts available, you'll select the 500 watts, and then you'll spin the dial to select the temperature of the heater. So it's between 1 and 9, and that essentially means the amount of elements it's going to warm up in the heater. If you're on 2000 watts, for instance, obviously that is the highest setting, and that will obviously make the heating system work a lot more efficiently. You can also warm the heating on gas. So you've got a gas dial on top of the heater here. Just spin the dial round to between 10 and 9. Hold down the gas valve and hit the igniter at the same time. Once it has ignited on gas, you'll have a pilot light down in this window at the front, and you'd hold down the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds to allow the thermocouple to warm up on the heating system, or on the gas system, sorry. You'll then slowly release the gas valve once it's ignited, and you'll control the temperature on top between 1 and 10. The higher you go, obviously, with the number, the hotter the heating is going to be. You can also run blown air heating on board the caravan, so that's what this wave symbol here is for. The dot in the centre is to say the heat will come out the front of the heater, and the A on the right hand side will allow the blown air heating to kick in and out, thermostated with the thermostat on board the van. But like I said, this is continuous blown air, so essentially the heat will come out the vents around the caravan, and you can control the fan speed if you're on blown air with this dial on top, a bit like you can in your car. I'm going to go to the fridge next, which again is very simple to use. On the front of the fridge, you've got a power button just here. So you've got power off and power on. Now you'll notice it's coming up with a battery symbol just here on the left hand side. That is actually the 12 volt supply from the car you're towing with, so you can use the fridge as a cool box and not the 12 volt supply on board the caravan. The plug symbol indicates 240 volt mains coming into the caravan, and on gas or mains you can control the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side. 12 volt mode, as I said, when you connect it to the car, you can use the fridge as a cool box to get the beers and wine nice and cold when you arrive on site. Press the button again, you've got the option to run gas. Now with the gas system, you need to make sure there's gas connected to the van, and before you ignite anything on gas, you'd always bleed the hob, because that is the last point on the gas system. So essentially you ignite the hob and get the gas running on there first. The fridge gas system will self-ignite, and when it has ignited, the blue light down here is essentially your pilot light. In a moment, again, it will fail, so you will need to keep an eye on it to make sure it doesn't fail at any point. But the blue light here will flash when it fails to ignite, as it is doing now. The 9 and the spanner you see here just means there is no gas going through the fridge itself. To control the temperature of the fridge again, on gas, hit the button on the right hand side, and that will control the temperature of the fridge. Microwave unit, again, works very much like your household appliance. No difference at all there. You set your time, etc., and press the start button, and when it's done, it will make the classic microwave bing. Toilet system, which is the last thing we go through on the inside of this caravan, has an electric flush on it, so you've got an electric flush button on top. You've got a toilet waste fuller indicator light, so that light will essentially go red when the toilet waste cassette is full. The toilet turns for your convenience, so you can get comfortable because it's a little bit close to the wall. And on the bottom of the toilet you have a grey handle on the far side here, which you can't really see at the moment. But when that flap is in the position it's in now, pulled across towards my hand for instance, it will actually allow the toilet waste into the cassette underneath the van. When you are removing the toilet cassette from the side of the van, you do need to make sure the toilet is pointing straight across the caravan towards the shower. For instance, just due to the fact that it has 2 lockout tabs on it, and if you tried to remove the toilet cassette from outside of the van, or the toilet was turned, it would actually not allow you to. Like I said, it is there as a safety feature, or not a safety feature, but as a feature so you, essentially if somebody's using the loo, you can't remove the cassette at the same time. If you have any further questions on the Coachman Laser 654, please do give me a call here at or give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. Thank you for your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Bye bye.